Good morning, everyone, especially to our online viewers. Before we start with today's pre-bid conference, let us all pray in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering us all today in this important endeavor. We ask that you bestow your guidance and blessing upon each attendee. May we honor one another by keeping an open mind. May we voice our truths and listen with an open heart. Bless everyone present today that each may be able to share his or her contribution and gifts. Grant good health and safety to loved ones left outside this room, and bestow peace and goodwill to all of us. We ask for your wisdom and grace to use our talents for the betterment of others. May the various activities related to this day be a success through your intervention. With gratitude, we offer this prayer in your name. Amen.
In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Good morning again, everyone. We are gathered here today for the pre-bid conference for Civil Works, one contract under re-invitation to bid number 2026-004 and 20 contracts under invitation to bid number 2026-015. We are live via our YouTube channel, DPWH Davao de Oro First DEO Procurement LS, in compliance to the Memorandum of Secretary Vivencio Dizon dated October 10, 2025, and pursuant to Section 38.2 of the Implementing Rules and Regulations of Republic Act number 12009, which directs us to live stream procurement activities for accountability and to enhance transparency of procurement processes.
But before we proceed, may I ask the back secretariat to please acknowledge all who are present, including observers, if there is any for today's activity.
Good morning, everyone. We would like to formally acknowledge the presence of all the attendees for today's pre-bid conference for Civil Works. We are joined by our Bids and Awards Committee Officer headed by our back chairperson, Engineer Perla P. Mamigo,
Present,
together with our Vice Chairperson, Engineer Carlo Antonio Tigisman,
Present.
along with our back members, starting with Engineer Nora C. Barle
Present.
and Engineer Renz Joseph Alcasilac.
Present.
We also acknowledge the head of the back secretariat, Engineer Maria Shelby Asopia,
Present.
along with the back TWG members, starting with Engineer Michael Angelo O. Laurel, Engineer Dulcie F. Cristobal, and Engineer Neil Lawrence O. Brigole.
Present.
We also acknowledge the representatives from the Planning and Design section, starting with Architect Ryan Alave, Architect Alfie P. Zuniga,
Present.
Engineer Hanishan P. Villan,
Present.
Engineer Josanil Alaria,
Present.
and Engineer Juster C. Orozco.
Present.
Also, Madam Chair, in accordance to the Section 43 of the Implementing Rules and Regulations of Republic Act 12009, the Bids and Awards Committee has sent notice of procurement activities to the following observers who may attend and observe all stages of the procurement: to the Commission on Audit, to Nabunturan Integrated Cooperative, to Davao del Norte and Compostela Contractors Association Incorporated, and also to the Crime and Corruption Watch International. Unfortunately, our invited observers cannot attend today's activity. However, representatives from the Commission on Audit will be monitoring the proceedings through our YouTube livestream. That's all, Madam Chair. Thank you.
thank you, Ms. Shirley May Ibitoon. Since the majority of the back members are present here today, we are now in quorum, and I hereby declare this pre-bid conference for Civil Works in order. We have a preset agenda for this pre-bid pre-bid conference for civil works. Number 1, presentation of the contract to be procured, which includes basic contract data, requirements of bidding documents, documents to be submitted by the bidder, technical and financial components of the bid, criteria and procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification, status of ongoing projects and awards. Number 2, other matters. Number 3, questions, comments from bidders and reply to the BAC and other representative of the procuring entity. Number 4, summary proceedings including supplemental bid bulletins to be issued. Any motion for other matters to be included in the agenda. If there is none, may I know the pleasure of the body?
Madam Chair, I move for the adoption of the preset agenda for this pre-bid conference for civil works.
I second the motion, Madam Chair.
It has been moved by Engineer Carlo Antonio T. Guzman and seconded by Engineer Nora C. Ibarli, and with no objection, the motion to adopt this agenda is hereby approved. First in the order of business is the explanation of the basic contract data. This will be presented to us by Planning and Design Section Engineers.
Good morning, everyone. Project is name of the contract: construction of multipurpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay Ogao, Nabunturan, Davao de Oro. Contract ID number 26LA0013. Location: Nabunturan, Davao de Oro. Scope of works: construction of one-story barangay hall. This includes tables, chairs, and cabinets. Powerhouse with 25 kVA genset standby type, solar panel, and fire detection and alarm system. Approved budget for the contract is 9,900,000. Source of fund: fiscal year 2026, GAA CSSP-BIP. Contract duration 180 calendar days. Size range small b. License category C and D. Cost of bid documents 10,000 pesos. This is the location map, the vicinity map, and the site development plan. Structural mapping and the perspective. Floor plan, elevations, another elevation left and right, the roof plan, and the geotag photos of the project.
Second project, we have construction of road Barangay Araibo, Station 0 to Station 250, Pantukan, Davao de Oro. Contract ID number 26LA0012. Location, Pantukan, Davao de Oro. Scope of works, concreting with a width of 6.10 meters and a thickness of 230 millimeter. Starting from Station 0 to Station 250 with total length of 250 meters. Roadway excavation, surplus common excavation, concreting for intersection improvement, connection to existing intersection with a width of 6.10 meters and a thickness of 230 millimeter. Construction of minor drainage structures, installation of warning sign, road width sign, road narrows, application of reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings. Approved budget for the contract is 9,515,880 pesos. Source of fund, FY 2026 GAA CSSP BIP. Contract duration, 174 calendar days. Size range, small b. License category C and D. And cost of bid documents is 10,000 pesos. This is the location map for the said project. The typical details. And the geotag photos.
Next project. Name of project, construction of multipurpose building, gym and stage, Barangay San Roque, Mako, Davao de Oro. Contract ID number 26LA0097. Location, Nabunturan, Davao de Oro. Scope of works, construction of 16 meters by 30 meters curb type gym and 1 unit of 12 meters 6 meter stage. This include concrete works, doors and windows on analog frame, ceiling works, painting works on masonry and steel, plumbing works, tile works, roofing works, metal railings, steel works, electrical works, and two set of movable basketball goal. The approved budget for the contract is 6,930,000 pesos. Source of fund FY 2026 GAA CSP BIP. Contract duration 180 calendar days. Size range small b. License category C and D. Cost of bid documents 10,000 pesos. This is the JTAG photos on site. The site location. The location plan, vicinity map. The site development plan of the project. And its structural mapping. A floor plan of the project. A floor finish plan. And its elevations. The roof plan.
Name of contract, construction of public water supply system, level 2, Barangay Sawangan, Mawab, Davao de Oro. Contract ID number 26LA0106. Location, Mawab, Davao de Oro. Scope of works, construction of 3 groundwater tank with 7,000 gallons. Construction of pump house, sump tank, collection box, and intake box. Installation of water pumping system. Installation of PE pipes, valves and pipe fittings, painting on concrete structure, installation of electrical works. Approved budget for the contract, 9,900,000 pesos. Source of fund, FY 2026 GAA CSSP BIP. Contract duration, 231 calendar days. Size range, small b. License category, C and D. Cost of bid documents, 10,000 pesos. Location map of the project. Typical details of the project. Geotag photo of the project.
Good morning. For the fourth project, name of contract is Construction of Road Purok 4 Santa Teresa to Purok 7 Barangay Magnaga, Station 0+000 to Station 0+500 Pantukan, Davao de Oro. Contract ID number 26LA0107. Location is Pantukan, Davao de Oro. Scope of works are concreting with a width of 6.1 meters and a thickness of 230 mm at Station 0 to Station 500 with a total length of 500 meters. Roadway excavation, surplus common excavation, construction of intermittent concrete paved shoulder, construction of concrete canal lining and other minor drainage structures, installation of metal guardrails including concrete post, installation of hazard markers, chevron signs, and application of reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings. The approved budget for the contract is 19,032,750 pesos. Source of fund, FY 2026 GAA CSSP BIP. Contract duration is 309 calendar days. Size range small b. License category C and D. Cost of bid documents 25,000 pesos. This is the location map of the proposed project. The typical details. And the geotagged photos. Start of the project, middle of the project, and end of the project.
Next project, name of project, construction of multipurpose building, Rehabilitation Center, Purok 5, Barangay Santa Maria, Nabunturan, Davao de Oro. Contract ID number 26LA0180108. Location, Nabunturan, Davao de Oro. Scope of works, construction of 16.98 meters by 12-meter rehabilitation center. This include concrete works, doors and windows on analog frame, ceiling works, painting works on masonry and steel, plumbing works, tile works, roofing works, metal railings, steel works, and air conditioning system, 25 kVA transformer, electrical works generator set, CCTV, fire sprinkler fire sprinkler system, and fire alarm system and fire extinguisher. The approved budget for the contract 19,800,000 pesos. Source of fund FY 2026 GAA CSSP BIP. Contract duration 240 calendar days. Size range small b. License category C&D. Cost of bid documents 25,000 pesos. This is the geotag photos. The location plan and its vicinity map, the site development plan, structural mapping of the said project, the perspective, and the ground floor plan, the second floor finish plan, the second floor plan, and its elevation. Next would be the name of project, construction of multipurpose building, municipal hall, phase 5, Barangay King, Pantukan, Davao de Oro. Contract ID number 26LA0109. Location, Pantukan, Davao de Oro. Scope of works, provision of 2-unit outdoor LED monitor, softscaping, provision for pathway 75 meters. The approved budget for the contract is 9,900,000 pesos. Source of fund FY 2026 GAA CSSP BIP. Contract duration 67 calendar days. Size range small b. License category C&D. And cost of bid documents 10,000 pesos. The geotag photos on site. The location plan, vicinity map, said project, and it's the site development plan, the structural mapping, perspective, said project, so sidewalk blow up plan, and roof plan. Next would be the name of project, construction of multipurpose building, Pantukan Sports Complex, phase 5, Pantukan, Davao de Oro. Contract ID number 26LA0110. Location, Pantukan, Davao de Oro. Scope of works, installation of ethylene propylene diene monomer rubber running track surface with accessories, asphalt overlay equals to 30 millimeter thick, 1,334.06 square meters, and asphalt overlay of 40 millimeter thick, 1,334.06 square meters. The approved budget for the contract 39,600,000 pesos. Source of fund FY 2026 GAA CSSP BIP. Contract duration 967 calendar days. Size range medium A. License category B. Cost of bid documents 25,000 pesos. The geotag photos of the said project. The site location, the vicinity plan, the site development plan, and a marking plan, the detailed plan of level track, and the section details.
Next project. Name of project, construction of multi-purpose building, 2-story teen classroom, Mabini Central Elementary School, 128335, Barangay Kwambog, Mabini, Davao de Oro. Contract ID number 26LA0111. Location, Mabini, Davao de Oro. Scope of works, construction of 55 meters by 9.54 meters, 2-story, 10 classroom building using structural wide flange for columns and beams, channel bar for steel trusses, with rib-type roofing with reflected insulation, cement floor finish, floor hardener, acoustic and PVC ceiling panel, fixed and awning type windows, with inclusion of toilet, fire alarm system, fire extinguisher, teacher's desk with chair, armchair, electrical works, painting works, and plumbing works. 2 units safety bolt on both sides, 2.6 meter by 1.3 meter by 1.85 meters. Approved budget for the contract, 39,600,000. Source of fund, fiscal year 2026, GAA, CESP, DAS BIP. Contract duration, 335 calendar days. Size range, medium A. License category, B. Cost of bid documents, 25,000 pesos. The geotag photos on site. Site location. Location plan. The vicinity map. Site development plan. Structural mapping. And the perspective. Ground floor plan. The second floor plan. And the elevations. Rear elevations. Side elevations. The roof plan. Next project. Name of the project, construction of multi-purpose building, 1-story, 5 classroom, Kaligutan Integrated School, 501770, Barangay Kaligutan, Laak, Davao de Oro. Contract ID number 26LA0112. Location, Laak, Davao de Oro. Scope of works, construction of 55 meters by 9.54 meters, 2-story, 10 classroom building using structural wide flange for columns and beams. Channel bar for steel trusses with rib-type roofing with reflected insulation, cement floor finish, floor hardener, acoustic and PVC ceiling panel, fixed and awning type windows, with inclusion of toilet, fire alarm system, fire extinguisher, teacher's desk with chair, armchair, electrical works, painting works, and plumbing works, with 2 units safety bolt on the both side of 2.6 meters by 1.3 meters by 1.85 meters. Approved budget for the contract, 17,820,000 pesos. Source of fund, fiscal year 2026, GAA, DAS, CSSP, DAS, BIP. Contract duration, 222 calendar days. Size range, small b. License category, C and D. Cost of bid documents, 25,000 pesos. Ay, the geotag photos on site. Site location, the road map and the vicinity map, the site development plan, structural mapping, the floor plan, ground floor, the elevation, front elevation, the side elevations, rear elevations,
Name of contract, Surigao Davao Coastal Road, road section IDS 01376MN, kilometer 1791 plus 354 to kilometer 1792 plus 703, with contract ID number 26LA0113. Location is Pantukan, Davao de Oro. Scope of works, concreting of additional 2 lanes, 4 into 6 lanes, 300 mm thick. Existing width is 13.4 meters. With additional 2 lanes, the total width will be 21.6 meters. Kilometer 1791 plus 318 to kilometer 1792 plus 659 with a length of 1,341 meters as per plan, and kilometer 1791 plus 354 to kilometer 1792 plus 703 with a total length of 1,341 meters as per RBIA. Roadway excavation, surplus common excavation, graveling of shoulder, construction of concrete paved shoulder, construction of concrete canal lining and other minor drainage structures, and application of reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings. The approved budget for the contract is 49 million pesos. Source of fund, FY 2026 GAA regular infra. Contract duration is 202 calendar days. Size range medium A. License category B. Cost of bid documents 25,000 pesos. This is the location map of the proposed project. The typical details. And the geotagged photos. Start of the project, middle of the project, and end of the project. Name of contract, construction of road Sa to New Sibunga, Station 0 to Station 2 plus 425 Nabunturan, Davao de Oro, with contract ID number 26LA00114. Location is Nabunturan, Davao de Oro. Scope of works are concreting with a width of 6.1 meters and a thickness of 280 mm at Station 0 to Station 2 plus 425 with a total length of 2,425 meters. Roadway excavation, surplus common excavation, construction of concrete paved shoulder, construction of one single barrel 3x3x14 meters RCBC, and construction of two single barrel 2.4x1.8x14 meters RCBC. Construction of concrete canal lining and other minor drainage structures, construction of grouted riprap for slope protection, installation of hazard markers, chevron sign, installation of metal guardrails including concrete post, and application of reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings. The approved budget for the contract is 89,976,600 pesos. Source of fund, FY 2026 GAA CSSP CPAG. Contract duration is 576 calendar days. Size range medium A. License category B. Cost of bid documents 58,000 pesos. This is the location map of the proposed project. The typical details. The geotag photo. Start of the project, middle of the project, and end of the project. Name of contract is construction of road Barangay Inakayan, Station 0 to Station 333, Laak, Davao de Oro, with contract ID number 26LA0115. Location is Laak, Davao de Oro. Scope of works are concreting with a width of 6.1 meters and a thickness of 230 mm at Station 0 to Station 0 plus 3T3 with a total length of 333 meters. Embankment from barrow and roadway structure excavation, construction of intermittent paved shoulder, construction of concrete canal lining and other minor drainage structures, construction of grouted riprap for slope protection, installation of metal guardrails including concrete post, and construction of reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings. The approved budget for the contract is 13,322,430 pesos. Source of fund, FY 2026 GAA CSSP BIP. Contract duration is 215 calendar days. Size range small b. License category CND. Cost of bid documents 25,000 pesos. This is the location map of the proposed project. The typical details. Typical details with slope protection. And the geotag photo. Start of the project, middle of the project, and end of the project. Name of contract, Surigao Davao Coastal Road, kilometer 1790 plus 039 to kilometer 1790 plus 167, kilometer 1790 plus 366 to kilometer 1792 plus 298, with contract ID number 26LA0116. Location is Pantukan, Davao de Oro. Scope of works are reblocking of 4 lanes, 300 mm thick, section 1, kilometer 1790 plus 048 to kilometer 1790 plus 186 with a length of 138 meters as per plan. Section 2, kilometer 1790 plus 039 to kilometer 1790 plus 167 with a length of 128 meters as per RBIA. Additional of outer 2 lanes, 300 mm thick and 120 meters long, paving of shoulder, construction of sidewalk with curb and gutter, construction of loading and unloading bay, removal of damaged pavement, roadway excavation, surplus common excavation, construction of concrete canal lining and other minor drainage structures, application of reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings, for reblocking on inner lanes with 300 mm thick at section 1, kilometer 1790 plus 366 to kilometer 1792 plus 272 with a length of 1,906 meters as per plan. At section 2, kilometer 1790 plus 366 to kilometer 1792 plus 298 with a length of 1,896 meters as per RBIA. The approved budget for the contract is 41,448,120 pesos. Source of fund, FY 2026 GAA regular infra. Contract duration is 608 calendar days. Size range medium A. License category B. Cost of bid documents 25,000 pesos. This is the location map of the proposed project. The typical details and the geotag photos. Start of the project at section 1, middle, end of section 1. Beginning at section 2, middle, end of section 2 and end of project. Name of contract, Surigao Davao Coastal Roads, Road Section IDS 01376MN, kilometer 1808 plus 592 to kilometer 1809 plus 324, with contract ID number 26LA0117, location is Mabini, Davao de Oro. Scope of works are concreting of additional 2 lanes, 4 into 6 lanes with 300 mm thick. Existing width is 13.4 meters. With additional 2 lanes, the total width will be 21.6 meters. Kilometer 1808 plus 0601 to kilometer 1808 plus 320 with a length of 719 meters as per plan. And kilometer 1806 plus 592 to kilometer 1809 plus 324 with a length of 719 meters as per RBIA. Construction of service road with the width of 3.05 meters and a thickness of 230 mm thick. Roadway excavation, surplus common excavation, construction of concrete paved shoulder, construction of sidewalk with curb and gutter, and application of reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings. The approved budget for the contract is 27,448,000 pesos. Source of fund, FY 2026 GAA regular infra. Contract duration is 186 calendar days. Size range medium A. License category C and D. Cost of bid documents 25,000 pesos. This is the location map of the proposed project. The typical details and the geotagged photos. Start of the project, middle of the project, and end of the project.
Next project, we have Surigao Davao Coastal Road as 01376MN, kilometer 1799 plus 409 to kilometer 1800 plus 244. Contract ID number 26LA0118, location Pantukan, Davao de Oro. Scope of works, concreting of additional 2 lanes, 4 into 6 lanes with 300 mm thick.
kilometer 1799 plus 406.750 to kilometer 1800 plus 219.750 with a total length of 813 meters as per plan. Kilometer 1799 plus 409 to kilometer 1800 plus 244 with a total length of 813 meters as per RBIA. Roadway excavation, surplus common excavation, additional of outer 2 lanes 300 millimeter thick with a total length of 813 meters long, construction of intermittent concrete paved shoulder, construction of minor drainage structures, construction of loading and unloading bay, construction of sidewalk with curb and gutter, installation of regular sign, parking sign, loading and unloading zone, application of reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings. Approved budget for the contract is 24,892,000 pesos. Source of fund, FY 2026 GAA regular infra. Contract duration, 451 calendar days. Size range, small b. License category, C and D. Cost of bid documents is 25,000 pesos. This is the location map for the said project. The typical details. And the geotag photos.
Construction of water supply system level 2 north side Pantukan Davao de Oro. 26L contract ID number 26LA0119. Location Pantukan Davao de Oro. Scope of works construction of 2 steel elevated tank with 14,000 gallons. Well drilling, well development and installation of casing. Installation of water pumping system. Installation of P-pipes, valves and pipe fittings. Painting on steel and concrete structure. Installation of electrical works. Approved budget for the contract, 19,800,000 pesos. Source of fund, FY 2026 GAA CSSP BIP. Contract duration, 334 calendar days. Size range, small b. License category, C and D. Cost of bid documents, 25,000 pesos. Location map of the project. Typical details of the project. Geotag photos of the project. Next project. Name of contract. Construction of water supply system level 2 at Barangay Malamudao, Mako, Davao de Oro. Contract ID number 26LA0120. Location Mako, Davao de Oro. Scope of works construction of 3 groundwater tank with 7,000 gallons. Construction of pump house, sump tank, collection box and intake box. Installation of water pumping system, installation of P-pipes, valves and pipe fittings, painting on concrete structure, installation of electrical works. Approved budget for the contract, 7,920,000 pesos. Source of fund, FY 2026 GAA CSSP BIP. Contract duration, 204 calendar days. Size range, small b. License category, C and D. Cost of bid documents, 10,000 pesos. Location map of the project. Typical details of the project. Geotag photo of the project.
Next project, we have construction of road Barangay sa Nabunturan to Barangay Sausaw, Station 0 to Station 1 plus 429 Mawab, Davao de Oro. Contract ID number 26LA0121. Location Mawab, Davao de Oro. Scope of works, concreting with width of 6.10 meters and a thickness of 280 millimeter, starting from Station 0 to Station 1 plus 429. Roadway excavation, construction of
concrete canal lining and other minor drainage structures, installation of metal guardrails including concrete posts, application of reflectorized plastic pavement markings. Approved budget for the contract is 48,510,000 pesos. Source of fund FY 2026 GIA CSSP BIP. Contract duration 459 calendar days. Size range medium A. License category B. Cost of bid documents is 25,000 pesos. This is the location map for the said project. The typical details. And the geotag photos.
For the 19th project, name of contract is Construction of Road, Barangay Anitapan to Singapore, Station 0 plus 000 to Station 1 plus 000, Mabini, Davao de Oro, with contract ID number 26LA0112. Location is Mabini, Davao de Oro. Scope of works are concreting with a width of 6.1 meters and a thickness of 280 mm at Station 0 to Station 1 plus 000 with a length of 900 meters, with exception at Station 500 to Station 600, roadway excavation, surplus common excavation, surplus rock excavation soft, construction of concrete paved shoulder, construction of concrete canal lining and other minor drainage structures, installation of metal guardrails including concrete posts, and application of reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings. The approved budget for the contract is 48,510,000 pesos. Source of fund, FY 2026 GAA CSSP BIP. Contract duration is 450 calendar days. Size range medium A. License category B. Cost of bid documents 25,000 pesos. This is the location map of the proposed project. The typical details and the geotagged photos. Start of the project, middle of the project, and end of the project.
For the last project, we have construction of road Barangay Anitapan to Mascarig, Station 0 to Station 1 plus 00, Mabini, Davao de Oro. Contract ID number 26LA0123. Location, Mabini, Davao de Oro. Scope of works, concreting with a width of 6.10 meters and a thickness of 280 mm, starting from Station 0 to Station 1000. Roadway excavation, surplus common excavation, soft, construction of concrete canal lining and other minor drainage structures, construction of grouted riprap for slope protection, installation of metal guardrails including concrete posts, and application of reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings. Approved budget for the contract is 48,510,000 pesos. Source of fund, FY 2026 GAA CSSP BIP. Contract duration, 460 calendar days. Size range, medium A. License category B. Cost of bid documents is 25,000 pesos. This is the location map for the said project. The typical details and the geotag photos. Thank you.
Thank you, Planning and Design Section Engineers, for your brief explanation for the infrastructure projects to be bid. Next, in the order of business, is the requirements of the bidding documents, documents to be submitted by the bidders, criteria and procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification, and status of ongoing projects and awards, which will be presented through audio-visual presentation.
Requirements of the bidding documents. A. Valid
certificate of registration. B. Valid mayor's business permit. C. PhilJobs Platinum membership certification in accordance with the Section 20 of the IIR of Republic Act 12009. D. Statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. E. Statement of single largest completed contracts of at least 50% of the approved budget for the contract or ABC of the contract or procurement project to be bid in accordance to ITB Clause 5.5. F. Net financial contracting capacity computation, which must be equal to the approved budget of the contract or a procurement project to be bid in accordance to ITB Clause 5.6. G. Bid security in prescribed form, amount, and validity period. The bidder, at its option, shall submit a bid security in the form of bid securing declaration of any of the following forms and amounts. 1. Amount of not less than 2% of ABC if bid security is in cash or cashier's or manager's check. 2. Amount of not less than 5% of ABC if bid security is in surety bond, bank draft, guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit. Bids shall remain valid for the period specified in a bid data sheet, which shall not exceed 120 calendar days for the date of the opening of bids. Should it become necessary to extend the validity of the bids and the bid securities beyond 120 calendar days, the procuring entity concerned shall request in writing all those who submitted bids for such extension before the expiration date therefor. Any discrepancy in amount, even a centavo, means non-compliant. H. Audited financial statement shall be received by the Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR. I. Income tax return filed in the preceding year and paid through BIR electronic filing and payment system. J. Tax clearance. K. Project requirements, which shall include the following: technical specification if applicable, delivery schedule if applicable, warranty security if applicable, brochures of the equipment offered if applicable. L. Omnibus warrant statement in accordance with the Section 54.2 of the IIR of RA 12009, 11 items. M. To ensure in a disclosure of relations and beneficial ownership pursuant to Section 81.1 and Section 82 of IIR of RA 12009 and memorandum dated November 19, 2025, all prospective bidders are mandated to submit the following documents. 1. Latest General Information Sheet reflecting the beneficial ownership duly received by the Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC for corporation. And 2. Sworn Affidavit of Eligibility and Beneficial Ownership following the template attached in the bid documents as Annex A for bidders, including sole proprietorship. Financial component of the bid. A. Bid form. B. Bid prices and a bill of quantities. Any bid exceeding the approved budget for the contract or ABC shall be automatically disqualified. The bidder shall submit 2 original copies and 1 certified copy of its technical and financial components of the bids using 2-envelope system. The technical component of the bid shall be sealed in 1 envelope containing the following: 1. Original copy of the technical document sealed in 1 envelope marked as Original Copy 1 of Technical Component. 2. Original copy of the technical document sealed in 1 envelope marked as Original Copy 2 of the technical component. 3. Certified true copy of the technical document sealed in 1 envelope marked as Copy 1 of technical component. The financial component of the bid shall be sealed in 1 envelope containing the following: 1. Original copy of the financial documents sealed in 1 envelope marked as Original Copy 1 of Financial Component. 2. Original copy of the financial documents sealed in one envelope marked as Original Copy 2 of Financial Component. 3. Certified true copy of the financial documents sealed in one envelope marked as Copy 1 of Financial Component. The technical component and financial component of the bid must be sealed in one outer envelope. Failure to comply shall be ground for disqualification. Each document must be ear-tagged appropriately, and bidders must use A4-size bond papers to their bids. Also, bidders are urged to only fasten the documents at the topmost portion instead of hard binding them. For the financial component of the bids, the original copy shall be written legibly in ink, and bid amount must be limited to 2 decimal places. In case of discrepancies, the following will prevail. Bid prices between figures and in words. Bid prices in words will prevail. Bidders' detailed estimate and bid prices in BOQ. Bid prices in BOQ will prevail. Bid amount in original copy versus the copy 1 and copy 2. Bid amount in the original copy will prevail. Any insertions, erasures, and overwriting shall be valid only if they are signed or initialed by the duly authorized representative of the bidder. Each and every page of the bid form, including the bill of quantities under Section 9 of the Philippine Bidding Documents Related Forms, shall be signed by the duly authorized representative of the bidder. Failure to do so shall be ground for the rejection of the bid. Criteria and procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification, deliberation recommending award, and award. Bidding will be conducted through open competitive bidding procedures using non-discretional pass or fail criterion, as specified in the IRR or Republic Act 12009, otherwise known as New Government Procurement Act or NGPA. The lowest calculated and responsive bid shall be used as the criteria for contract award. After determining the bidders that submitted their bids for the contract at hand, the Bids and Awards Committee or BAC, with the assistance of the BAC Technical Working Group, shall check if each bidder that submitted their bids is eligible to bid for the contract being procured. Pursuant to ITB Clause 26, the procuring entity will undertake the detailed evaluation and comparison of the bids which have passed the opening and preliminary examination of bids to determine the lowest calculated bid. The same shall be applied to detailed checking, evaluation of the technical proposal, after which the bidder rated as LCB will undergo post-qualification with the assistance of the BAC Technical Working Group or BAC TWG. Once post-qualified, the bidder will determine as the lowest calculated and responsive bid and subsequently be awarded for the contract. Strict application of BAC TWG during the post-qualification process will be undertaken as per DEO 127 series of 2018, such as but not limited to verification and validation of the bidder's stated competence and experience, including the declared LCCC. Checking the performance of bidder in its ongoing government and private contracts. All bidders found to have conflicting interests shall be disqualified to participate in the procurement at hand, without prejudice to the imposition of the appropriate administrative, civil, and criminal sanctions. DPWH Davao de Oro 1st District Engineering Office reserves the right to reject any and all bids, declare a failure of bidding, or not award the contract at any time prior to contract award in accordance with Section 70 of RA 12009, without thereby incurring any liability to the affecting bidder or bidders. Clarifications. As per Memorandum of Secretary of Invention B. Dizon, dated February 24, 2026, with the subject, Clarification on the implementation of beneficial ownership information disclosure requirements under the memorandum dated November 19, 2025, only the latest general information sheets reflecting the beneficial ownership duly received by the Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC for corporations, partnerships, private sector organizations, foundations, and associations will be submitted. The sworn affidavit of eligibility and financial ownership shall no longer be required. Bidders shall ensure that the submitted computation of the net financial contracting capacity, or NFCC, must be true, correct, and consistent with the bidder's audited financial statement, or AFS. The NFCC shall take into account all ongoing government and private contracts, including those presently awarded but not yet started. All bidders are required to fully and accurately declare all ongoing government and private contracts, including those presently awarded but not yet started, in the prescribed stated of all ongoing contracts format attached in the bidding documents. Failure to declare any or ongoing or recently awarded contracts or submission of any incorrect or misleading NFCC computation shall constitute grounds for disqualification. Additional reminders. During the 3-year transitory period from RA 9184 to RA 12009, existing guidelines issued under RA 9184, specifically Section 34.3b2 of the 2016 Revised Implementing Rules and Regulations of Republic Act 9184, and Department Order Number 127 Series of 2018, strict application of RA 1984, and the conduct of the post-qualification of bidders with delayed ongoing contracts with the DPWH shall be adopted. Checking the performance of the bidder in its ongoing government and private contract will be strictly implemented. If the BAC determines that the bidder has any of the following deficiencies due to the bidder's fault or negligence, the procuring entity shall disqualify the contractor from the award, without any right of reimbursement of fees and incidental costs paid in connection with the procurement of the infrastructure contract subject of the bid to wit. A reported negative slippage of at least 15% in a single contract, or a reported negative slippage of at least 10% in 2 or more contracts, or failure of the contractor to commence repair works on ongoing contracts within 7 days and to complete them within 30 days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and deficiencies, or failure of the contractor to commence repair work on contracts with pending certificate of acceptance within 30 days and to complete the works within 90 days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and failures, or substandard quality of work as per contract plans and specification, or unsatisfactory performance of the contractor's obligation as per contract terms and conditions at the time of inspection, or lastly, liquidated damage currently imposed on the contractor. The Department of Public Works and Highways Davao de Oro 1st District Engineering Office reserves the right to verify and validate all information provided by the bidders. Submission of bids through a representative shall be allowed provided that the representative present an authorization letter notarized special power of attorney for sole proprietorship. Board, partnership, joint venture resolution with the Secretary's certificate for corporation, partnership, joint venture as a proof of authorization. The same authorization and letter must be sent to backconval11@gmail.com. Lastly, the representative must present a valid company ID or any government-issued ID. Important DPWH issuance. DPWH Memorandum dated November 19, 2025. Submission and the updated General Information Sheet reflecting the beneficial ownership information for encoding in the Civil Works application. Contractors are likewise reminded to submit an updated GIS annually or every time changes or amendments are made and filed with the SEC to ensure their information remains valid and consistent with official records. DPWH Memorandum dated September 16, 2025, Interim Guidelines upon lifting of suspension on procurement activities for locally funded civil works projects. Section 8. The net financial contracting capacity.
Section 9. Disclosure of Relations and Beneficial Ownership. Department Order Number 241 Series of 2024. Subject: Guidelines on the processing, approval, and reporting system of construction safety and health program for DPWH infrastructure projects. Department Order Number 28 Series of 2024. With the subject: Three-strike policy of infrastructure, goods, and consulting services contracts. For the memorandum dated February 19, 2026 of Attorney Ria T. Espirito, OIC Undersecretary for Support Services with the subject: Guidelines on the issuance of Certificate of Availability of Allotment or CAA. Implementing offices are hereby instructed to undertake procurement activities of all the FISARO items in the FY 2026 budget at the earliest time, short of award, pending issuance of the SARO by the DBM.
Agenda number 1 on each subsection, including agenda number 2. Other matters for the discussion of the three-strike policy. Do we have any other matters to be discussed?
Yes, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I would like to clarify or correct the email address. It should be DPWH Davao de Oro, first DEO 11 at gmail.com. Also, Madam Chair, we will be utilizing Madam Chair, we will be utilizing the contractor's profile eligibility processing or CPEP for our eligibility check in compliance to Department Order Number 164 Series of 2025. DPWH Davao de Oro 1st District Engineering Office shall use the following major categories of work and similar major categories of work in determining the work experience of the bidder for a particular contract as determined by the end user. Madam Chair, for 26LA 0106, construction of public water supply system level 2, Barangay Sawangan, Mawab, Davao de Oro. 26LA 0119, construction of water supply system level 2, North Side, Pantukan, Davao de Oro. 26LA 0120, construction of water supply system level 2 at Barangay Malamudaw, Mako, Davao de Oro. The major category of work is WSL2, while the similar major categories of work are WSL2 and 3, WSL3, and FCP. For the contracts, 26LA 0012, construction of road, Barangay Araibo, station 0+000 to station 0+250, Pantukan, Davao de Oro. 26LA 0107, construction of road, Purok 4, Santa Teresa to Purok 7, Barangay Magnaga, station 0+000 to station 0+500, Pantukan, Davao de Oro. 26LA 0113, Surigao, Davao Coastal Roads S01376 MN, kilometer 1791 plus 354 to kilometer 1792 plus 703. 26LA 0114, construction of road Saksa to New Sibunga, station 0+000 to station 2+425, Nabunturan, Davao de Oro. 26LA 0115, construction of road, Barangay Inakayan, station 0+000 to station 0+333, Laak, Davao de Oro. 26LA 0116, Surigao, Davao Coastal Road, kilometer 1790 plus 039 to kilometer 790 plus 167, kilometer 1790 plus 366 to kilometer 1792 plus 298. 26LA0117 Surigao Davao Coastal Road S01376MN Kilometer 1808 plus 592 to Kilometer 1809 plus 324. 26LA0118 Surigao Davao Coastal Road S01376MN Kilometer 1799 plus 409 to Kilometer 1800 plus 244. 26LA0121 Construction of Road Barangay Sasa Nabunturan to Barangay Sausaw Station 0 plus 000 to Station 1 plus 429 Mawab Davao de Oro. 26LA0122 Construction of Road Barangay Anitapan to Singapore Station 0 plus 000 to Station 1 plus 000 Mabuini Davao de Oro. 26LA0123 Construction of Road Barangay Anitapan to Mascareg Station 0 plus 000 to Station 1 plus 000 Mabini Davao de Oro. The major category of work is RCP, while the similar major categories of work are RRP and RCTP. For the contracts 26LA0111, construction of multi-purpose building, 2-story 10 classroom, Mabini Central Elementary School, 128335, Barangay Cuambog, Mabini Davao de Oro. 26LA0112, construction of multi-purpose building, 1-story 5 classroom, Kaligutan Integrated School, 1770, Barangay Kaligutan, Laak, Davao de Oro. 26LA0109, construction of multi-purpose building, Municipal Hall, Phase 5, Barangay Kingking, Pantukan, Davao de Oro, 7.1169544, 125.902331. 26LA0108, construction of multi-purpose building, Rehabilitation Center, Purok 5, Barangay Santa Maria, Nabunturan, Davao de Oro, 125.991873 degrees east, 7.584610 degrees north. And 26LA0013, construction of multi-purpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay Ogao, Nabunturan, Davao de Oro, 126.031290 degrees east, 7.577890 degrees north. The major category of work is BICWOPLC, while the similar major categories of work are BICWPH-CCP, BICWPH-CCP-16, BICWPL-CCP, BICWPH-CDP, BICWPH-CDP-16, BICWPL-CDP, BICWPH-C, BICWOPH-C16, BICWPM-CDP, BICWPM-CCP, and BICWOPM-C. For 26LA0110, construction of multi-purpose building, Pantukan Sports Complex, Phase 5, Pantukan, Davao de Oro, 7.1366074, 125.8987183. The major category of work is RCA, while the similar major category of work is RRA. And lastly, for 26LA0097, construction of multi-purpose building, Gym and Stage, Barangay San Roque, Nabunturan, Davao de Oro, 125.9588850 degrees east, 7.608550 degrees north. The major category of work is BICWOPLS, while the similar major categories of work are BICWPHSCP, BICWPHSCP-16, BICWPLSCP, BICWPHSDP, BICWPHSDP-16, BICWPLSDP, BICWOPHS, BICWOPHS-16, BICWPMSDP, WPMSCP, BIC, WOPMS. Also, Madam Chair, we would like to remind the bidders for the implementation of Department Order Number 110, Series of 2024, with the subject implementation of ISO 9001-2015 certification requirements for large A, medium B, and medium A contractors in the procurement of infrastructure projects of the department. Starting January 1, 2026, all procuring entities within the department are required to include ISO 9001-2015 certification or its latest version as applicable as part of the project requirements in the bidding documents for infrastructure projects. This requirement applies to bidders classified under PCAB size ranges large A, medium B, and medium A. That's all, Madam Chair. Thank you.
We will now proceed with the agenda number 3, which is the question, comments from interested bidders, and replies of the back. Is there any question or comments from interested bidders?
None, Madam Chair.
How about from our online viewers?
None also, Madam Chair.
Hearing none, we will now proceed to the last agenda, which is the summary of proceeding, including supplemental bid bulletins to be issued, which will be discussed by Engineer Maria Shelby S. Sophia, Head of the Procurement Unit.
Thank you, Madam Chair. All the needed information were discussed and well explained by the back secretariat and the Planning and Design Section engineers. Madam Chair, I would like to remind the interested bidder to visit from time to time the PhilJobs and DPWH websites, especially 7 days before the opening of bids for possible issuance of supplemental bid bulletin. Madam Chair, the deadline of the submission of bids will be on August 11, 2026 at 10 a.m. The opening of the bids, Madam Chair, will be done immediately after the deadline of the submission of the bids, which will be conducted in the second floor conference room, DPWH Davao de Oro 1st District Engineering Office, Humabon Street, Purok 18, Poblacion, Nabunturan, Davao de Oro. Bids shall be addressed to the back chairperson, Engineer Perla P. Mamigo, DPWH Davao de Oro 1st District Engineering Office, Humabon Street, Purok 18, Poblacion, Nabunturan, Davao de Oro. Madam Chair, the deadline which I said earlier are for the contracts under 2026-015. That's for August 11. And for the re-invitation to bid number 2026-004 for 26LA 0013, the deadline of the submission of the bids will be on July 30, 2026, Madam Chair. Bids shall be addressed to the back chairperson, Engineer Perla P. Mamigo, DPWH Davao de Oro 1st District Engineering Office, Humabon Street, Purok 18, Poblacion, Nabunturan, Davao de Oro. Thank you, Madam Chair.
All of the business in the agenda were already taken into consideration. May I know the pleasure of the body?
Madam Chair, I move for the adjournment of this pre-bid conference for civil works.
A second, Madam Chair.
It has been moved by Engineer Carlo Antonio T. Guzman and seconded by Renz Joseph L. Casilac. With no objection, this pre-bid conference for civil works is now adjourned.